Corporations, partnerships, and LLCs. If you start a business and it's just Eric Deters' shoes, that's what we call a sole proprietorship. You can be sued just like an individual. You're going to be personally obligated for debts just like an individual. That's just the way it is. There's all kinds of different business entities that you can form. And by the way, despite LegalZoom and these other entities selling their services like that, if you are going to start a business, you need to have a lawyer prepare these documents for you. Let me give you a little overview. Corporations. Corporations are considered an actual legal entity, can be sued. However, a corporation will protect you from legal liability individually. That's why you should incorporate if you're going to have a business where you're pretty confident that you might have some legal trouble or you're going to get in an argument with a supplier or a customer. There's different types of corporations. There's what we call public corporations. Those are sold at the NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange. Then we have what's called closed corporations. That's the majority of corporations, which are smaller. They're not public. But there's also tax corporations, different tax advantages. For example, you've heard maybe of a C corporation. That's simply a corporation which is formed and it's not a subchapter S corporation. A subchapter S corporation is something in the tax code that allows that corporation to be taxed like a partnership where all of the deductions and all the income flows to you as an individual. Why is that important? Because if you're a C corporation, the corporation is going to have to pay taxes on that income at a corporate tax rate of 35%. And then when it pays dividends or gives you money, you've got to pay tax again. It's called double taxation. That's why if you're a small little business, you ought to be a subchapter S corporation probably. See a lawyer, see an accountant. Partnerships. Partnerships are another legal entity. They don't protect you as much as a corporation. But if Eric Deters and Mike Zimmerman, who's behind the camera, decide to form a partnership, we would just form a partnership, and it is an actual legal entity. People contribute money to it. You raise capital. LLC, which is called a limited liability company. In Canada, I think these are overrated. I prefer a small little subchapter S corporation to a LLC. However, if you're going to have a group of investors, let's say all the lawyers in my office are going to do something together, everybody in my staff, and there's a big group, sometimes a limited liability company can be beneficial. It's almost a cross between a partnership and a corporation. With a limited liability company, your liability is going to be limited to what you contribute to the limited liability. Like if you put up 10 grand, that's going to be the limit. With a corporation, there's a structure. Structure is the shareholders elect the directors elect the officers, and that's the way it goes. A limited liability company, you have to have an actual manager of that company. But there's all kinds of legal entities. You need to see a lawyer to see what's going to work best for you. And also, if you create a business, before you get going, hire an accountant too to make sure that you follow all of the, you get set up with the state on taxes, workers' comp, everything. Do it right from the beginning. If you don't, you're going to come under attack. Bottom line, you're going to form a business, contact us and we'll help you. Thank you.